artist, TV producer, and host of Jennie's Reflections, a program created with you, the viewers, in mind, reflecting with our diverse guests on a variety of subjects.
The theme of the program today is Jennie's Art World Portraits Churches on Youth. Father George Clemens. So, with me, welcome him, and he will tell you about what Holy Angels and the new church.
Thank you very much, and it certainly is wonderful to be here on Jennie's Art World to speak about our youth. And when I think of youth, of course, I can't help but think of the fact that down through the centuries, the church has been known as Holy Mother Church. It's not by any accident. This is by design, Holy Mother Church, because the church is really a mother, particularly, of course, to our children. And children find a natural place, a natural home in the church. The church is where, of course, they come when they're little infants, and they get baptized, and then, of course, when they get to nursery school and they go to Sunday school, and many of our churches have elementary and high schools connected with them for our youth. And then also when young people get into the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts and the Campfire Girls and all this, the church, of course, is the natural place for children to be. And our own Church of Holy Angels, we like to feel that children can just come there and really feel at home. As a matter of fact, our church has the largest black Catholic school in the nation. We have some 1,300 children, and so every morning I wake up to the sound of little children because they get there early. They get there real early, and they go home late because the church is where they feel very secure and very comfortable. And so I'm just so delighted to be here, particularly because here we're putting an emphasis on art. And again, that's where Mother Church comes in, because the church is feeding us not just, of course, with our religion, with our spirituality, but the church is also feeding us about the higher things in life, of which, of course, art is right among the most high. And so I'm very grateful to be here, happy to be with these wonderful ministers here, and to be among these paintings. And I certainly do want to express my deep appreciation to Jennie for having made me a part of this. I feel very, very privileged. I thank her, and I ask all of you to please stick with the church, because the church has certainly stuck with you. God bless you.
Thank you, Father Clemens. Our next minister is Reverend A.R. Leake, Sr.
To Mrs. Washington, who have invited us, we are grateful to be a part of this wonderful occasion. I always enjoy saying something about the youth, because that has been a part of my life, all of my life. We have worked with them. We worked with them in the funeral industry, we have a funeral home, and we call that an institution, because we have, out of that institution, we have trained more than 10 funeral directors who are in business in the city of Chicago and who came out of the A.R. Leake enterprise. We did that because we felt that young people got to know that there is hope. They got to know that regardless of what their stage of life, whatever it may be, that there is hope for it. We don't want you to say that we can't make it because we are black. We want you to say that we can make it because we are human beings, and we can do a job. If anyone else can do it, we can do it also. I have two young men who are now the funeral directors, but they came to me. There was one, the mother brought him to me at 11 years old on a Sunday evening, and says, this boy has talked about you so much, I just brought him here. We can't do anything with him, and we brought him here to give him to you. She gave him to me that Sunday evening, and he's been with us now. He's a grown man. He finished mortician school, and now he's one of our head supervisors of the funeral home. He started from a youth. We have another one, just so many, but these are the main one that we have. Another boy that came at 8 years old, and his mother said, we want him to just stay in this funeral home because we had apartments above the funeral home when we were on State Street, and they lived above that. And this boy came there, she gave him to us, and we kept him there all the way through, and now he's grown and one of the head men in our funeral industry. So we have been working with children all of our life. And now, 14 years ago, we organized a church. And it's really, we've taken the same steps in the church that we have taken in the funeral industry. Those children that belong to choirs, usher board, they're working on all phases of the church, and they are really a part of it. We let them know that they're somebody. We let them know that they can make it, because we want to be an example. If we can make it, then you can make it. I thank God that 58 years ago, I started out in the funeral industry with $150. They say you can't do it, but we have been able to do it, and now we have 2 funeral homes, and we have been one of the leaders in the funeral industry for the last 10 years, and we are working with it. So all of this has come because we have been a part of the community. We have been a part of bringing other people up, and not feel that because we are training them to be business people, that they're going to take business away from us, that we cannot make it. But you can't lose by helping people. This is the way Jesus did it, and we got to take example of how he did it. God bless you.
Our friend Jesus said it. He said, "Suffer the little children to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven." As the representatives of Jesus here on this planet at this time, the church has a responsibility to let the children come so that they can learn the truth of their being, and so that they can express the allness of God that they were created to express. At Christ Universal Temple, Johnny Coleman has created an environment where people can come to learn the truth of their being, and the children are a very integral part of that community. We have over 500 children from the age of 3 through the age of 13 in our Sunday school. And then we have what we call the Youth Expressing Christ, which is for our teenagers. And then we don't drop them there. We hold them until we feel that they're firmly on solid ground, because we also have the Collegiates for Christ, which is a support system based on the foundation of faith in God, knowing who and what they are, and through that they can walk through any seeming situations in the college setting. And trust me, they do have problems. It's really been quite interesting to see how they asked for this program themselves, and to see what they have been able to pull together to garner from one another the support system that they have to help them stay on track. Our young people learn the truth principles that we know can set men free. Who and what God is, who and what man is, and their relationship to God. Reverend Coleman has also in operation at this time what we're calling Project New Life, where we are inviting not just the young people, but to come with their adults, because you see, you got to put them together. We cannot just have the children and the adults don't know what's going on. So they come together, they work together, and they are learning. The young people are learning. They think older folks don't have any problems, you know, because we kind of give them that impression. But they are learning that the adults have walked through some of the same things